Connect Forth, the radio forum for students.
Hi everyone and welcome to the show. Today I am joined by Ailsa Sinclair.
Hi.
And we met here at uni, but we're actually from pretty different places. So our first feature today is by Gabriella Kaufmanova, speaking about what home is to different people.
Connect Forth feature.
Home. We all have one somewhere on this planet. Some of us further away from us than others. All our homes are very different, but generally, we all have the same definition.
I saw somewhere that it said home is where the heart is, and I kind of feel that if you're comfortable someplace and you enjoy it and you feel good there, that's where home would be for me.
Home is where the heart is.
I'm Kim. I'm from Germany.
I'm Ailsa and I'm from Shetland.
My name is Emily Possett and I'm from Sweden.
Hi, my name is Fatma. I'm from Egypt.
My name is Maria Elena and I come from Italy.
So what's the first thing that comes to your mind when said home?
For me, probably fresh air, the sea, not like the countryside, and just like feeling comforted and relaxed.
For me, it's mainly family and just feeling cozy and familiar because you know everyone, you know everything. So, yeah.
Probably the forest back behind my house. So like the pine trees and stuff, because I kind of grew up there and I haven't really found it anywhere else in the world.
Well, I'm from Cairo, so Cairo is a really, really populated city. So a main part of it is it being always busy, something's always happening, whether it's like 4 a.m. or God knows when, like something's always happening. You go outside and you see so many people regardless of the time. So like if you say home, I think of a busy, busy place, a very populated place.
The first thing that comes to my mind is people. Like every single place I call home, I can call it home because of the people that live there and how they make me feel.
What is your kind of the definition of home?
Just where you feel most like yourself and at ease and just as relaxed again, I would say.
Yeah, maybe where you don't have to pretend to be different than you are. You can just like chill in your pajamas and no one cares, and you're just comfortable and you don't think too much about stuff. You can just like let everything go. Be yourself and be happy.
In my little village in the north of Italy, where my parents live and where all my childhood friends live and where my grandma and grandpa and where all my family lives, because that's where I was born, and I will always call it home. Like no matter where I am, that's home.
Where is home to you?
Home will always be where my parents are. I think like my hometown, my house where I grew up in. But I mean, when you move out and you go different places, you have to like have a new definition of home, because I feel comfortable here as well, and this is my home away from home. But I think my true home will always be where the majority of my family and my friends is.
I'd still say home is Sweden. I live in Scotland, but it's only for 4 years, so I know it's going to be temporary.
Home is Egypt. Egypt is full of heat. It's so hot. Like as soon as I hit like a specific degree of temperature, like 35 degrees onwards, it's home. This is it. I feel happy. I feel warm. I don't have to go out with my jacket and like 5 billion scarves. I just leave the house carefree. It's so nice. Home is also the friends that I have, and the fact that like how people grow up with certain friends and they stay with you for a long time. That's also like a main part of it. It's not just the place, it's the people. So that also is a big aspect of it.
A great writer once said, "It's a funny thing coming home. Nothing changes. Everything looks the same, feels the same, even smells the same. You realize what's changed is you." Thank you for listening, and remember, you'll always find your way back home.
Connect Forth Special.
Where can I find help with funding, dedicated in-house counsellors and advice and guidance for our learners?
The Student Services team has you covered. The team operates on all our campuses.
I need a quiet space where I can have access to college computers, Wi-Fi or just use my own.
Yeah, sure, we have breakout areas throughout the college.
Have you got any information on applying for university or UCAS?
Yes, we run a range of workshops during the year and provide face-to-face support with careers advice.
College is stressing me out. Who can I talk to?
We have counsellors who are here to help you with stress or if you just need some friendly advice. We're there for you.
Are you open to ideas about how to improve your service?
Yeah, sure, we have suggestion boxes which are placed around the college. You can submit your ideas.
That sounds superb. Where can I find more information about the student services?
On moodle.forthvalley.ac.uk as well as the Fusion online blog.
Oh dang, I dropped all my books again. If only there was some way to carry all my work around.
You'll never do it looking like that.
Wait, what? Who are you?
Name's Jim. I'm the Gym Genie. Do you know, for just £15 a year you can join the FVC gyms in the Alloa, Falkirk and Stirling campuses.
Wow, for just £15?
Yeah, that's what I said, £15. The gym offers free fitness testing, personalised programs and the latest cardiovascular resistance machines to help you get in shape.
Thanks, Gym Genie. I'll never drop those books again.
Forth Valley College Gyms. Google FVC Gyms for more info.
Connect Forth, the radio forum for students.
Well, there's nothing quite like home. One of my favourite parts about being at home is sleeping in my own bed. This next feature by Charlotte Burrows is about dreams.
Connect Forth Special.
8th of June 2016. I dreamt that the sky turned pink, but no one noticed it.
March 28th. I dreamt that I found myself on a road, waiting for the parade. The surrounding is so dark.
The 1st of May 2016. It seems to be late at night and I am walking in an unfamiliar small town.
Sigmund Freud said that the interpretation of dreams is the royal road to a knowledge of the unconscious activities of the mind. Dreams is something that we all experience, whether we remember them or not. Many people have studied dreams to see what we can find out about ourselves through the images, visions, and feelings that seem to autonomously pass through our minds while we sleep. Some conditions make even the thought of going to sleep a terrifying prospect.
Sleep paralysis is basically the state between consciousness and unconsciousness, so when you're trying to fall asleep but you're still kind of awake.
This is Fatma. She suffers from sleep paralysis. Here's her explaining the phenomenon.
So that was basically my own experience with it. I didn't really know what sleep paralysis was when I first had it. So it felt as if I was still asleep, but my brain was functioning. I had sleep paralysis the first time last year when it was the first year of uni. And I was just in my dorm room and I hadn't slept properly for a week, so it was just like 2 or 3 hours for a day. There was like one night in between the week where I was falling asleep and then I woke up in the middle of the night and my eyes opened, but I couldn't move my body. I didn't know what it was and I couldn't move, so I started panicking and I started blinking a lot. I was looking around the room because the only thing you can move is your eyes, so you start wandering about and seeing, to see what's around you and where you are, if you're dreaming or not. Then I saw a figure in the corner. It was right in front of my bed and it was in the corner of the room and it was a dark hooded figure and I couldn't really make out a face or anything. They come towards you slowly, which makes you scare yourself away. And during it as well, you can't breathe. You feel like something's on your chest and you're suffocating a little bit. So all that at once kind of scared me awake. So that's how I got out of it. And I remember I didn't know what was happening. And when I woke up, then I can tell the difference between reality and what sleep paralysis was.
As you know, dreaming isn't always a chilling experience. It can be otherworldly for sure, and sometimes in an incredible way. Dreams can be a way of living out our unbelievable adventures within our minds. Everyone wants to experience their fantasies in the dream world, but dreams are seemingly uncontrollable. But not for everyone. Some favoured few have the incredible ability to shape the course of their own dreams. This is Ellie talking about her experience with lucid dreaming.
Lucid dreaming is when you become aware that you were dreaming. So basically, like, your subconscious wakes up and realizes, oh wait, this isn't reality, I'm actually asleep. I really wanted to try it, so I started researching the ways that you can actually do it. So there was like music that you could listen to at night, or kind of like little like mantras or like phrases that you could say before you go to sleep. I also tried kind of like, there's lots of different music that you can put on, which are like 8-hour clips of music that have bell chimes at specific times that are supposed to kind of like help wake up your subconscious mind, so that you don't physically wake up, but you're kind of, I guess your mind wakes up and realizes, oh, I'm dreaming. Because I get like quite bad sleep paralysis, like I guess kind of focusing more on lucid dreaming while I'm sleeping, or like before I'm sleeping, takes my mind off of the kind of state of sleep paralysis. So I guess it's stopped that kind of issue. And like I've read like loads of different stories that people who have kind of like nightmares or like reoccurring dreams, it often like helps them, because they then can like face that fear or that like reoccurring dream in a lucid dream where they know that they're okay. So they know, like, I'm in control, I can take this on. So then they will kind of like confront that. And they also say, like, people say that apparently it boosts like creativity and kind of like the way you problem solve, and like a lot of people will pose questions within their lucid dreams, their subconscious answers. So if there's like something that's bothering you in your life, or like something that you just really want an answer to, like, you can ask that within a dream, and then you might get like the kind of answer that maybe you didn't really realise in real life.
Lucid dreaming is one example of how dreaming can be a platform for escaping the constraints of the world, whether they are social or physical. We spend a third of our lives asleep, and maybe that's the time when we feel the most free.
Connect Forth Special.
Imagine starting dinner with a hearty tomato soup, then moving on to a succulent lamb tagine, and to finish, a warm sticky toffee pudding. This culinary dream can come true at Stirling's finest gallery restaurant. And do you know what's even more delicious? The price. You can get this exquisite 3-course meal for only £10. Open from Monday to Friday, located in Forth Valley College, Stirling campus. Stirling's gallery brings you the finest dining combined with the finest views, such as the Wallace Monument, River Forth and the Ochils. Book online at forthvalley.com, or just simply call at 01786 406027.
More wine, madame?
Feel like changing your look? Come down to Forth Valley College Salon for everything from hairdressing to hair removal. Staff and students get 10% discount. Visit any of the following campuses: Alloa, Falkirk, or the Repla. At really good prices, you can spend the day pampering yourself. Visit their Facebook page, FVC The Place, for more information. Go on, treat yourself.
Connect Forth, the radio forum for students.
Many young people have the dream of feeling confident in their own body. So let's take a listen to Erin Lee's piece on body confidence.
Connect Forth feature.
Hello, I'm Erin Lee and welcome to Connect Forth. Today we are going to be talking about the topic of body image. Even though many feel this topic has been exhausted, it's never really been studied in depth. So, here goes. Body image. What is it? It's the perception a person has on their body and their thoughts and feelings as a result of that particular perception. These feelings can be positive, negative, or both, and are influenced by individual and environmental factors. What makes us feel acceptable in society? And why do we all feel socially swayed in what looks acceptable and what doesn't by the media? Even though it's a well-known subject, many people don't really know much about it. Not many people realise that they judge themselves the way they look all the time, and they constantly compare themselves to others. Today, we're going to offer you an insight why we believe comparing yourself to others is wrong, and why everyone should have confidence in the way they look. We will be also interviewing Leah Shanks, body confidence blogger, on her views on the topic. I carried out a few interviews to get the opinions of the public on how they feel about themselves and to find out their own definitions of beauty and perfection. What do you think beautiful means?
It means they're nice and a very nice way.
What does perfection mean?
Perfection means it's perfect, but it's just a different word for perfect. So perfect actually means that they're really, really nice, or it's really, really nice.
The Oxford Dictionary definition of beauty is a combination of qualities that pleases the aesthetic senses, especially sight. When I asked the public what they thought the definition of beauty was, many came back with being confident in yourself, being natural, or it's in the eye of the beholder. In other words, we all have our different opinions of what is beautiful and what isn't. We each individually find different things attractive.
I think beauty is numerous different things. It can be a person, it can be a place, but I think beauty comes in all shapes, sizes. You know, I don't think anybody's like better than anybody, but I think it's amazing that beauty can be different to all different people. Like, I could see something as beautiful, but someone could see it, you know, different. I think that's quite incredible.
The Oxford Dictionary definition of perfection is having all the required or desirable elements, qualities or characteristics as good as it possible can be. When I asked the public the same question, many answered being free from flaws. It doesn't exist, or they were unsure. However, if we all have different perceptions of beauty, we would then also have different perceptions of perfection, as we all see things differently. We personally would not know until we've seen it.
I kind of regard myself a perfectionist, but I don't even know what that is. I think it's probably it's the kind of the pursuit of the unattainable, really, and that's how people kind of drive themselves crazy trying to get perfect. But in human beings, I don't think that is. In fact, I think that people are kind of like perfect in their imperfections. I think that's what gives us all an individual character. What some people would maybe regard as flaws, other people might see as like, wow, that's genius or whatever. You know.
Looking further into my study, I discovered a lot of people using apps such as Snapchat and Instagram feel under pressure to look skinnier or more tanned or more muscular due to the high selection of filters offered. They say that they rarely do not use filters across their photos, as they simply do not feel pretty enough or good enough. Despite apps such as Snapchat and Instagram mainly being directed to use for social media, they also have an impact on people who use them. Yes, the filters are there to use for fun and play about with your photos. However, there are many people out there that are starting to feel pressured to use them, as they do not feel comfortable just being themselves in front of the camera. Needless to say, I find myself using the dog filter a lot, now often described as the basic bitch filter. From a personal view, although you may not realise, a good deal of you probably do not realise you use filters majority of the time, and rarely post any photos of yourself au naturel. A Connect Forth colleague, Emma Auld, spoke to Leah Shanks, the Huffington Post body confidence blogger, on her views.
Why did you choose to blog about body image?
Because it's so important, and it frustrates me every day that it's not talked about more, and it's only seen as kind of like a trend, like a passing trend. It's not something that's seen as, you know, we talk about mental health all the time, which is obviously really, really important, but we need to talk about body image because it is really linked to mental health, and self-esteem and self-love comes into every factor of who we are as people, and it's just not talked about widely enough. So yeah, I felt it was really important.
And do you agree that social media is starting to influence us on the way we think and feel about ourselves?
Absolutely, 1,000,000%. I think that social media is so important. It's everywhere. You know, young people, they don't know a world without it, and it impacts on their lives every single day. Like, you know, you can't escape it. It's with you all the time. You're lying in bed, your notifications are going off, you literally cannot get away from it. So if you're seeing something that is impacting you in a negative way, then you're going to be seeing it all the time, and that is, yeah, that's scary.
And do you think the ideal or supposed perfect body image has changed over the years?
I do think it is changing. There's still a huge emphasis on being thin, but there is more of our kind of Kardashian-esque figure that's being pushed forward now. In particular, there's, you know, we're taught to want to be curvy in the right places. We're not it's not all about the kind of statuesque model figure anymore. It is about women having overly exaggerated curves in a lot of instances, I do think.
And if you could tell people out there who are listening to this anything, what would you say?
Remember that everything you see around you is there for a reason, and that reason is usually money.
Your insecurities were created by someone in order to generate profit. So if you see something that makes you feel bad, think about why it makes you feel bad and how you can rebel against it, because why should you feel bad just so that someone else can make money off of it? To me, that's not okay.
That was something inspirational. Thank you for your time, Leah. As we can see, from also Leah's point of view, everyone needs to be confident in themselves. You are who you are and that cannot be changed. Everyone has different opinions of what is considered beautiful or perfect, and you will tick few of all someone's boxes out there, not everyone's. Thank you very much for listening.
Connect Forth feature.
Forth Valley Student Association offers advice on a range of social, welfare and academic issues and allows access to the student blog Fusion.
The Student Association also gives you representation for the student body, ensuring the student voice is heard throughout the college.
As a member of the association, you also have access to social events and lots of activities throughout the year.
To get in touch, contact 01324 40290 or email student.association@forth-valley.ac.uk.
Connect Forth, the radio forum for students.
Last but not least is Emily Burns' feature on Stirling University Squash Club. So if you want to try a new sport, give this one a listen.
Connect Forth Special.
Squash is a fast-moving game that requires skill, speed and supreme fitness. The ball can reach up to speeds of 170 miles per hour, and players can burn up to 1,000 calories per hour, which is higher than most other sports. It can be described as a racket sport played by 2 or even 4 players in a 4-wall court with a small hollow rubber ball. The players must alternate in striking the ball with their racket and hit the ball onto the playable surfaces of the 4-walled courts. I was able to speak to Dan Greenaway and Sean Turner to get their views and opinions about the club and see what their roles consist of.
Well, I'm Daniel Greenaway, I'm president. I try to make everything run efficiently. If anyone's having any issues in any particular area or need help, I help them in whatever means I can. I also make sure to ensure everyone gets their deadlines met and really everything's done and makes sense at the end of the day.
So what does squash mean to you?
Well, it means a lot. Well, it's on my social aspect for me, because dare I say most of my friends are from squash. I guess everyone's from halls and first year and stuff like that. Most of my friends would be from squash, I would imagine. It's just really good to get me active and stuff, because it gets me out of the flat very often with different things, like be coaching seminars like I was on past weekend there, box weekends, playing midweek Wednesday games in the league, stuff like that. It's really good.
And lastly, if you were to describe your experience in the club within 3 words, what would they be?
Trying to find the 3 words. Absolutely very good.
Cheers, thanks then.
No worries.
My name's Sean Turner and I'm the captain of the squash team. I've been playing squash for roughly about 9.5 years. Started when I was in school. I'm really, I guess, good to say that I'm really passionate about the sport. It's not just about the tournaments or the kind of the matches you play, but it's the people you get to meet through it. I've met quite a diverse set of people, and yeah, it's quite a wide set of sport. So yeah, that's kind of what it means to me. Yeah.
So what is your role? What exactly does it consist of?
Being the captain really is kind of making everyone else in the committee involved. Making sure everyone's morale's up for cup games and league matches, and really keeping the club on its feet.
So what exactly does your role do to affect the club?
To affect the club, I think every captain's brought something new to the team. I think, so I'm splashing the kid, but I think as a whole to fit the club, I guess it's just a team booster really. That's making sure everyone's happy. Anyone else has any set views or new pointers I could take into consideration, and I set that to the rest of the committee and they put it forward. So yeah, I'm just kind of like the in-between kind of guy between the members and the committee, just making sure everyone's feeling good about themselves. Yeah.
Connect Forth Special.
And that's the end of the show for today. From myself, David Murray, and Elsa Sinclair, thank you so much for listening to Connect Forth.
Connect Forth, the radio forum for students.